Hey guys, and welcome to Shay'S Stocks. Day 9, video 16. Holy crackers. That's all I've got to say. Holy crackers, guys. Ondas, my first day of owning it, and it tanks 10%. How brutal. Yep, but I did say it was that kind of stock. I'm not concerned. You know, I mentioned in the last video that they've had a couple of bad bits of news about someone high up leaving and them having a £50 million hole in their accounts because they've basically repaid debts in order to fully own the company. You don't do that unless you've got bigger and better in mind. And they're thinking about the future and growth, and they're not worried about costs now. They're expanding, they're buying, and you know what? These companies who, you know, where their price fluctuates, it's because there's a lot of eyes on them. A lot of people are interested. The volume of people owning their shares is pretty high. And when there's good news, it spikes up. And when there's bad news, it goes down. I mean, it's really influenced. And in my mind, when things start going well, that's only a massive positive. So this is a lesson here. Lots of people are going to freak and sell and leave this company in the past. And when it bolts up to 10, 11, 12, they'll be like, oh man, and they'll be buying in, paying a higher price to do it and kicking themselves that they didn't get it when it was 6, 7, 8. So yeah, normal cycle of things. Just, I didn't hit at the best time. If I'd waited one more day, I could have got a right discount. So that's the only reason I'm kicking myself. But I've got the safe play, which is doing okay today. And we've got the risky play, it's not a risky play if it doesn't go up and down. And it's not exciting if it doesn't spike up and all around. And yeah, I saw this coming, to be honest. Being smart, if I'd seen this coming, I could have waited a little bit. Sorry about that. Alice was out walking the doggy and just got back, and there was just chaos. So yeah, that's what you could hear in the background, or the dogs barking. So yeah, as I was saying, this is not to be fearful of. This is a stock that was at 5, went up to 7, down to 5, up to 7.5, down to 6, up to all the way to 11, then all the way down to 7 again, up to 9, to 8, sat at 9 for a while, and now, thanks to this news, it's gone down to 7.5. A bit brutal, but yeah, like I say, it can be seen either way. It's not one of these stocks. It's going to go sideways forever and never do anything and always be the same. And in a year's time, it's still going to be worth the same money. This one's going to be worth more. It's going to be worth less. But it's not going to go, it's not going to go out quietly. They want attention. They want everyone to be talking about them. They want to be in the news. They want to be a forefront of the drone industry. And I truly believe that drones are just on the cusp of the industry. We shall see if they are right, and I am backing them 100%. So, yeah, weight's off a little bit. I was worried about picking a stock, getting it wrong, and it going south, and everyone's money being burnt. Well, it's the nature of things. It's not been a good day, it's not been a good week. But we're in now, and that means riding out the storm. So, we're in this together, guys. Like I say, no disasters. It was 8.5 at open. It's 7.5 now. Will it be 9 next year? Will it go down to 6? Will it, bounce all the way back up to double? Who knows? I've put my faith in them. I've researched them. This is where I wanted the money to go. I'm very glad all the money's not there, because I'd be having an absolute heart attack now. There's some security in the knowledge that the investment I've been given has gone various levels of risk. And I do think overall it's going to come out really, really well. Really, really good. And don't forget, we're talking 12 months here. 12 months is a massive timeline where a huge amount of things can happen. And like I say, if a stock can dip by 10% overnight, it can really well rise by 10% overnight. So let's give it a chance to do it. I'm going to sign off now, go cook some gammon for tea, and get into the Christmas spirit a little bit. There we go. Catch you later, guys. Thanks for watching.